My advice for those who are looking to buy a property is, first of all, they should do the proper search.
Even though we have scammers, we have other developers that do shady business, there are still genuine ones in Abuja.
When you invest with reputable firms like Michelle Holmes, you just sit and just need to check with your realtor once in a while. He'll tell you how your money is growing for you.
Welcome to the first episode of the Michelle Spotlight Show. In today's episode, we'll be discussing the Realtor's journey. This is a show where passion meets property, and every conversation opens the door to insight, inspiration, and a real experience of the ever-evolving world of real estate. I'm Nkechi, your host for today, and we sit down with seasoned professionals from Michelle Holmes Limited to explore the wins, the challenges, and the lessons that defines the journey of a successful realtor. You don't want to miss the gem they'll be dropping today, from client management to closing deals. So grab your pen, get comfortable, while we begin this episode of the Realtor's Journey. Thank you so much for coming.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Mr. Godwin, how did you start in real estate, and how has your journey been like?
All right, thank you so much for this question. I can best describe my real estate journey as incredible. It all began 2 years ago, and I'm eternally grateful to my friend who introduced me to Michelle Holmes. Prior to that moment, I've been around the corridors of real estate doing one or two little things. But on getting to Michelle Holmes, I caught the vision: empower your dreams to own your home, your dream home, and a piece of the world. So that drove my desire and passion to make impact, create impact in the lives of my clients. And so the journey began.
So before that, what did you even know about real estate? You just know you sell land, sell houses, or...
Before that, like I said, I was around the corridors of real estate.
Okay.
I do construction and...
so you even understood what...
On rentals,
okay,
especially.
Yeah.
But on getting into Michelle Holmes, I was able to harness proper education about the real estate sector and how it benefits investors. And so far, to be honest, it gives me delight when I see the joy in the lives of my clients, how they are happy to have owned or to own a piece of property.
So, Ms. Favor, what are the biggest challenges realtors face when selling properties in Nigeria?
I think one of the biggest challenge we face is trust. Because when you meet some prospective client out there, they'll be telling you of issues they have experienced with other developers, their past experience, they have been scammed, they have been duped. Meeting such prospective clients now, for you to convince the clients to want to buy is a difficult challenge because they'll be having trust issue. No matter what you say to them, because of the past experience they already have, it's not really their fault.
They've been scammed before.
Yeah, and the market out there is scary. So many fake developers, because of their past experience, because they have been scammed and duped by other developers. When you meet such clients, they have trust issues. So it's very difficult. It's a challenge as a realtor to be able to convince this person to come and invest in your property because of what they have experienced so far. And there's this client of mine that I've met. I met this client 2 years ago, and he told me that he was duped. Even till today, the case is still in court. You meet some clients that have issues with developers, 2 years, 3 years, they are busy going to court, left, right, and center. And you discover that stress, I have my money, I worked for this money, all my life savings, I'm using it to come and invest in a property, and I'm being scammed of my hard-earned money. Aside that, I'm still paying lawyers, going to court every day for that same property. So coming to meet them, come and invest in our property, is very difficult for them to start trusting you afresh. So you just have to be patient with them. As a realtor, we just have to be patient with them and try to see how we can give them build that confidence back that even though we have scammers. We have other developers that do shady business.
Yeah.
There are still genuine ones in Abuja. And to be honest with you, Michelle Homes is one of them, one of the genuine developer we have in Abuja.
So there's like, is there a way you're able to, or rather, investors are able to confirm this, like maybe a government regulated body that checkmates these developers out there to know which one is genuine, which one is not? Is there anyone out there?
I think we have ages.
Okay.
So before anybody wants to invest in any property, it's advisable for you to go to ages to check the credibility of the papers, the document that the developers is issuing to you, to know how genuine the property is. There are some properties that are in court, but they won't want to tell you.
Yes.
To allow you to invest your money. That money you're investing is what they are using to go and settle court case. Now you don't know that you're using your money to go and settle court case.
That's true.
So you have to check and see if, and we have EFCC, there's a section in EFCC that if you have cases with those developers, you can go and report stuff like that. So there's so many other agencies that tracks.
I'm also wondering, like we have these insurances that cover maybe like banks. You have insurances that cover maybe hospitals and all. I'm thinking we should have something like that. I don't know if there is, but I'm thinking we should have something like that insures these real estates in case there's anything. So I'm just saying, the way we have bodies that regulate, properly regulate banks.
Yeah.
And some government agencies, we should also have someone that regulates, that has to do with. I know Aegis is there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if full-time because if they do, why do we still have these guys out there? These fake guys. I mean, they should be able to locate them and pick them up and end it.
This is Nigeria.
Just like today, I cannot just open any bank.
Yeah.
I can't open any bank without having to go through these regulatory bodies like CBN. I can't just do that. The same way they should do it for real estates. And I think that way to curb all of these...
I think there is, but now, Nigeria, corruption everywhere. Like some persons, if we have these bodies, but you still be wondering, why do we still have fake developers, people that
they
scam
should be able
people?
to easily find them.
But if the government can be strong, deliberate in their policy, it will really help, because we still have, and they still bribe their way. Like I've met somebody, and I told this person that I met a client, I told the client, I was like, if you're doubting us, take our documents, go to agents and go and verify. It was like, are you serious? People that will go and bribe them. I said, sir, but of a truth, he's saying the truth. There's developers that go to agents to bribe. They have an in-house person in agents. By the time they come, they mention their names, like they mention bottled water real estate company.
Okay,
you see that they will, if there's an issue, they want to give you the real problem that is wrong with that property, because it's that person, it's win-win, and they've already shut the person's mouth. So they'll just give you something that you feel is comfortable, key into a genuine property, right? So if government can help.
I think another way too is for them to have, if that so-called regulatory body can have a website or their website where they put these, even if some hoodlums, or I don't know what to call them, can actually bribe their way into putting their names there, then we would hold that organization responsible.
That's true.
For having the name of a fake company in their website.
That's true.
So I feel that way, when you have all these companies, Michelle Homes in there, anyone can easily look and say, okay, this is a legit company. I can do business with you.
That's
so
true.
Thank you very much.
Now, to add to what my colleague said about the regulatory agencies that checkmate the activities of developers, we have Radar. Any genuine real estate developer must be registered with Radar.
Oh, great.
And their credentials are checked at time intervals.
I think that makes it easier.
Yes.
If Radar is there.
Yes, real estate
they have their website, right?
Yes.
They have a list of those registered developers there. I think that makes it easy.
Yes, that's
we can always also refer people to check Radar. If their website, they would see that these companies are listed there. Anyone that is not listed there, then you're doing business with them at your risk.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So, Mr. Isaac, what's the most important thing every realtor should know before selling a property?
Okay, thank you for this question. I think the most important thing every realtor should know about selling their property is the product knowledge. Product knowledge is like a working tool. If you don't have it or you lack it, there's just no way you will work effectively. So every realtor is supposed to know the legal framework and documentation of every property they're selling. This starts with being able to identify the title documents that are involved in properties, like right of occupancy, certificates of occupancy, letter of intent, deeds of assignment, and land act use in Nigeria. Aside from this, they are supposed to know the market trends and some of the factors affecting these market trends. Do you know that last year, the inflation rate in this country was around 24%, 24 point something percent. But as of this year, it drops to 23 point something. So those who bought property as of last year, November, December, for instance, maybe you bought a property 20 million, and then you are selling at 25 million. Do you know that you have not made any gain at all? Because inflation have taken the interest that you
made.
You made.
I think I understand what you're saying, basically. I remember being, I think, in a vehicle with a realtor who was taking another of someone who's interested around, and the person was asking questions about the location, and the person said, I'm not so sure. So the person who was buying saying, how would you be selling a property in a place where you don't even know the place? So it's, you need information, you need to understand the place, the market, everything, so that you'll be able to tell the person. Because if you're sounding unsure, I mean, how the person will not even confidently buy because you don't know what you're selling. So you're not, confident enough. So you need that information to be able to actually sell. So product knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Ms. Favor, I'll be asking you again, what are the biggest challenges realtors face in Nigeria?
The emotional weight of having to constantly prove to a client that you are genuine.
Wow.
Now, these people have been scammed, like I said earlier. You are coming with a genuine property, genuine documents, flexible payment plan, all the juicy offers lined up, but these persons still have doubts. Now you're not selling to this person, and you're trying to take the person out of the previous experience that I've had with other developers that have scammed them, that have duped them of that hard-earned money. Now, this is not personal to you. It's not you. It's the market trend. It's the market out there. Like, how do you take somebody that's already been duped, have this experience? Like, I took all my life savings to go and acquire a property, and at the end, I'm in court fighting for this property. The emotional, constantly like going out there to go and pitch your property, go and source for prospective clients. You go out there, you meet like 10 persons, and 5 are telling you that they have cases in court. Now you are trying to feel their pains. You're not trying to settle them again. You're trying to feel, you're trying to put yourself in their shoes, trying to help. It's overwhelming.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying. Let's take, for example, someone like a person who runs, and in one of the races, you break your leg. You need time to heal, and then in that, while you're still healing, someone is already trying to encourage you. Don't give up. Still go again. So that time it takes for that person to also heal and regain confidence. It's also a challenge. So I think I understand.
It's a big challenge.
So you've been duped before. You've put in all your life savings. Someone took it in one day, and then you still want me to go again.
To go and invest.
So that's
and now this person he needs or he wants this property. He wants a home. Obviously, everybody wants a home.
Basically.
But now I've been duped. I have the resources. I have the money. This is the painful part now. You are meeting a prospective client that has the money to invest in what you are selling, but the client is scared of investing because of the past experience.
Okay. And that's
Do you understand?
quite difficult.
Do you know how then you now as a rector now you have to take your time to follow this person gradually. You have to use emotional intelligence on this person. Now you're not selling your property to this person anymore. You're trying to build
That trust.
and trying to regain the person's confidence. I have a client that some similar thing happened to this client, and the client, it took the whole of, let me say, not really the whole of the management staff. I would say like 30% of the management staff to actually speak to this man. And the man was even asking me, how long have you been in the company? You know what that means? Like if I'm in the company for 3 months, 6 months, this one is not.
Yeah,
Do you get? Yes. So I had like, sir, obviously I'm 2 years, 3 years. I'm even the sales manager in the company. And I was like, really? I said, yes, sir.
At least they know you've gained.
And I told this man that there's a situation that happened to one of our property. And because we don't want to lose client trust, we have to get another property around that location. And we moved clients from there to the next location. And there are some clients that have already started building. In such case, we have to build exactly the level the client have built before the situation happened. We build for the client. And the man was like, are you serious? I said, sir, yes. Check our records. Check the records. Ask of Michelle, check our page. You
do
see
your
all
findings
of that.
yourself.
Do your findings
Go
yourself.
and verify.
Go and verify. So because of that, he was happy about it and he eventually bought. Now, it was easy for me because of what I'm working in Michelle's. What's our core value? Trust and integrity, impeccable customer satisfaction, professionalism. So I was able to build his trust through what our past story, like the stories we had, the incidents we have.
Okay.
We in Michelle's, I don't think we have money to go and pay lawyers. So
Yeah, you'd rather
so we rather
save yourself that
stress than going to lawyers every now and then. We don't have money, we don't have that strength. We have things that we are pursuing, so we don't have to be going to court every now and then. It's something that we can avoid.
So, Mr. Isaac, how do you build trust with clients, especially in a market with many scams?
Okay, just like she has pointed out, trust is one of the challenges we are having in real estate sector. We have a lot of developers who have lost their trust and integrity entirely. For us at Michelle Homes, we have identified this gap and we have made trust and integrity one of our core values. Now, we practice what is called open and honest communication with our clients. Before you sign in as a client, we take you through the process of the terms and conditions that we have. We educate you on what you're supposed to get and what we are supposed to offer. So there is one of my clients that I took to Ophelia in Metama. We were just starting on the project. I pitched the project to her and she asked me, Chris, when are you going to deliver this project? I told her 1 year, 6 months. She laughed that, are you sure you'll be able to deliver this within this period? Before you know, she left. So what I did was, after 1 year, 6 months, I went there, I made a video and sent to her. I tagged the price and the current price, sent to her. When she saw it, she was like, but you didn't inform me about this project. I said, ma, this is the same project I took you to at Metama. She's like, wow. So right now, any project that we have at hand, she's the one disturbing to kill. So we have been able to consistently deliver on our promises. This is just one among the few other ones that we have delivered. But in a situation where we have some kind of challenges in delivering before the time, we communicate to them. So you can see that inflow of communication between us and our clients.
Okay.
Aside from that, we also show empathy and respect to our clients. There are some other clients who are unable to meet up with their payment. And once they communicate to us, we look at their concern and act accordingly. So these are the measures we have put in place to enable us build that solid trust with our clients.
That's very good. So I think for me, I think not all who start off in real estate, not all developers actually intend to scam people. I know there are lots of cases in court right now, not just because of scamming. Some of them might are because the developers didn't deliver what they promised to deliver.
Yes.
And this could be as a result of them not doing a proper, due diligence on the project. I think before they go into any project, they need to check, would we be able to do this? Would we be able to deliver? Would we have the finances and everything? So some of them start up something. They think it's that easy. They just start. And then they realize they are hooked in the middle. They don't even have the funds to continue. They have nothing. So they fall into troubles like this. So I think a part of it that differentiates, of course, the Michelle Holmes that you're talking about is that they look at all these things before even bringing out a project. They've done their work, the background work and everything. So it doesn't become a white elephant project, where the project hangs. So most times they deliver on the projects that they've sold to clients. Most times they deliver on the projects that they've started, so that clients can actually see. And that way you're building trust. When you tell them we're delivering at a certain time, we'll deliver. Look at your clients who you took to the site. There was nothing there. And you told her, she didn't believe it. 1 year, 6 months, you're showing her, she doesn't even know it's the same thing.
The same project.
So yes. I like that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Mr. Godwin, tell us about a client whose journey truly inspired you.
All right. I think the fulfillment of a sales executive comes with the experience he's able to offer a client. And I can go on and on and on about unique experiences I've had with different clients. But there's this particular one that strikes me so well. So we met. It was just a casual meeting in the market. And he's a young man who is a young professional, actually, in his field. And so when we met, he saw me with our crested vest, Michelle Holmes. So we got interacting. Oh, you work with Michelle Holmes? You guys do property? I said, yes. So I was like, I've been dreaming of owning a property. How do I start? Oh. So his concern was, how do I start? I said, fine, at least you're able to identify that you have to start somewhere. Like they say, Rome is not built in a day.
Of course.
So we had this new project then, the Kabusa project, Michelle Pearl. So I told him about it. I said, you can start here. You can start with buying the land. And at that point in time, it was on promo. And the promo was about to elapse that weekend. So he said, how is he going to do now? If we review the price, it means you will not be able to afford it. I was like, yes, that will happen. What do we do? There's a way. Are you interested? He said, yes. So I brought him to the office the following day. And we sat down, we talked, I showed him our documentations, the offer letter, and the payment plan that we're going to explore to make him acquire this property. He was able to key in. Yes. He asked what the next payment period will be like if he doesn't have money. I said, no problem. Just believe that you can do this. And lo and behold, even before the due date, he made the payment. And that's why they say, where there's a will, there's going to be a way. So he made the payment. He completed his payment. Now, he bought this property without even seeing the property itself.
Wow.
We didn't have time for inspection.
Yeah.
We're trying to beat time. So there was no time to go on inspection. So after completing payment for the property, fast forward, this year, January, was when he had time. And I called Mr. Godwin, please, I would like to go see this property. So we drove to the site. And he was amazed. He was happy. He gave me his phone. Please, Mr. Godwin, video for me because my wife would love to see this. She wanted to come on this inspection too, but because of some other schedule, she couldn't make it. So I made a video. We made video together. I made video for him personally. And when he got home, he called me. It was appreciated. Even the wife spoke to me on the phone. So it gives me joy to know that somehow I'll be able to impact their lives, their family. They're looking at maybe this year they will begin the construction work.
Well,
So it's incredible.
That's great. So I can imagine the tension. Someone who bought a property before even seeing it, and then maybe on your way taking it to the site, you wonder, would he like it? Would he not like it? What if he doesn't like it and he has already paid for it? What will happen? Only for him to actually love it. So that joy, that excitement is satisfying.
Yeah. Now to add with that, something struck me. He wasn't desperate. The fact that the promo was running out, but he was not desperate. His concern was, how do I get started? Yeah. And I said, can you trust me on this journey? He said, yes, I like you. And
this is someone you just met?
I just met him.
And he recognized, okay, I'm Michelle
Holmes.
Yeah.
I was wearing the crested vest that afternoon.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much. I've also heard of a young boy. He's a very young guy. I'm not sure he's up to 20, but of course if he's up to 20, he's just in his early 20s. But he's doing personal business. I think he's into cars. He imports, he sells cars. So he makes some money. And then he put in the money in his first property. So by the time he had completed the payment, there was this excitement in him, this satisfaction that as a young guy, he's actually able to achieve this thing. Not all young guys see the need to put in their money into real estate or something, that will profit them in the future. But he did this thing. And for him, he sees it like an achievement, There are many people of his age that would go and spend the money on, partying, enjoying themselves. After all, I'm still young, there's time. But he didn't do that. So he put in that money, invested it in real estate. And now he's so happy with the return. Like when he bought it, it was definitely cheaper. So now it's more than 50%. So that joy alone, it inspires you to want to do more. So search out people. There are many people too who would love this opportunity, but they don't even know where to begin. Like the guy, how do I start?
Yes.
So let's find those people and then give them also that joy. Spread the good news.
Okay, just to add to what he has said, I think I have so many clients that have actually keyed in our properties and they were happy about it. But I don't want to always be talking about clients. We are here. So let's use ourselves as an example. I'll talk about myself. Like the property he spoke about, the Pearl. Actually kidding, the Pearl. I had a sum of money then, I think about 4.5 million naira then from my agencies that I've been saving. Like I said, people now will save a lot of money, their personal money, their life savings to buy a property and then they will be scammed. But lucky for me, I invested in Michelle Holmes.
Of course.
So I wasn't scammed. I wasn't even scared of being scammed. So I think I bought the property, I think last year, around November last year. Then I sold the property this year, January, February. I think early February, I sold the property. Because that money I had intention of getting a car. But I don't want to buy Nigerian use. My 4.5 million naira can get me a Nigerian used car. But I wanted a direct bedroom. And if I say I will keep the money and still be saving from my agency, any property I say I get my commission, I'll keep saving. Something might come up that I didn't plan for. I might take part of the money. And maybe the price of the property of the car might increase. So if I keep saving like that, I will not get anywhere. I will not be able to own a car.
Yes.
That's my dream, to achieve a car. To have a car this year, sorry. So I had to invest the money. I bought the Pearl. Early February, I sold the property for 9 million naira.
Wow.
I think that was
100%.
100%, like 4.5, like
100%.
So you see, I was able to get a return on my investment.
Yeah.
You get, and now, to the glory of God, I'm a car owner.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you. So there are so many of them. There are so many, like, I'm happy about this investment, this decision I took. I'm happy about it. I know of so many of my clients. There's one woman that I met 2 years ago. I met her at Edu Junction when we went to do our activation, our storm there. And she has her own concern too. Like she wasn't, would I say she was duped or she was scammed? She actually had some unit of 1-bedroom apartment which she put for rent. I think it was during that RFI period, that time, they had to demolish the property. And she was scared of investing her money again. And I was able, like my colleague said, I was able to take her through the journey process that even though you invest in Michelle rooms and you can actually get your money back. We'll return your money back to you. We don't have any issue to want to, if you feel you're not comfortable. So I was able to do that trust with her. So she said, okay, let her just try. She bought one. She saw that within 3 months, the money
had increased.
Has increased. So like, okay, well, you told me about one of your property at Kiami, Bell Vista. I said, yes, ma. It's okay. I think I need to invest in that. She bought 2 bedroom there. Again, Favor, I have one small new. Do you have anything that I can invest? I have money about 10 million naira. Do you think you have a property around that range? I said, yes, we do, ma. As we speak now, the woman have 5 properties with us.
Someone from 0 to 5.
So now she wants to start selling. She wants to start selling her property. Okay, the one she bought in Edu, she bought around 4.920 thereabouts. The current value of that property is 12 million naira.
That's more than 100%.
That is more than like, she should say, Favor, sell it for me, sell it for me. I say, ma, don't worry, we'll sell it for you. So, you see, so there are so many of them that had so many experience like that are happy about investing through me in Michelle Homes. I want to give an example. There's a friend of mine. He said he wants to send his brother overseas, and let's say in 4 to 5 months, and there's the money that he has like about 7 million naira. So somebody advised him to invest the money into real estate. So before that 5 months, he would have gotten a return on investment. And he came to me and he asked me that which property do we have around this range? And I said, okay, we have a property. And I said, this is what I want to do. The next 5 months, I want to sell the property. And I believe by then I would have gotten some return of investment. I said, yes, of course, we get. And he keyed in. So after 3 months, we put the property in the market. I think less than 1 month, we were able to sell the property for him. And he got his money and additional interest again on it. So you see, it's not really about those people that have 500 million in their accounts. Those might be thinking when we meet somebody like they're trying to pitch a property to them, say, no, I don't have money. I don't have money. I don't have money. We don't see money from a civil servant. No,
exactly.
No matter who you are,
there's something for you.
It's your mindset. If you put your mind to it, you will achieve it. Like what he said, if there's a will, there's a way.
So, Mr. Godwin, why is real estate investment the best choice for long-term wealth?
Wow, beautiful questions. You know, right now, real estate is among the 3 top best investment choices in Nigeria. I think it has beaten the likes of even oil and gas. It's quite an incredible feat. So what makes it? I will just tie it to 2 words: stability and versatility. Real estate investment is, you're investing into tangible asset. You can relate to it. You can go, if you are buying a property, a house, you can always see it. So it gives you comfort, it gives you security. And then real estate investment has what we call dual power. Because if you own a land, even the house on it is yours, the land on it is yours, and both of them, their value appreciates simultaneously. So what better place to put your investment than real estate? More so when you invest with reputable firms like Michelle Homes. You just sit and you just need to check with your realtor once in a while. He will tell you how your money is growing for you. Then another factor that makes real estate investing the best is that it is a proven wealth generator. Just like my colleagues have earlier said. You can hear her experience, how she was able to invest, get one property, and over a period of time, the value appreciated, and she sold it and was able to acquire something else. And we have stories like that. People will start from one property, and before you know, they have more, 2, 3, and more. And they have a lasting legacy. They've created a lasting legacy. Those people can never be poor again. If you own real estate investment, you can never be poor again, except if you mismanage your wealth.
That's very true. So unlike like you mentioned, there are three areas where you can invest. I think from the beginning,
Yes,
there's a way you
yes,
said it.
yes.
Oil. You mentioned oil as one of them.
Yes.
So unlike
There's oil, there's
land,
agriculture, yes,
uh-huh.
investment.
The oil has substitutes. There are other things that are even coming out today
Yes.
that you realize you really don't need oil.
That's
for.
right. Like
So,
Thank you, CNG, even solar.
like
Yeah,
solar,
there are
renewable
other
energy.
substitutes that
In fact,
can.
right now the world is running at oil,
Thank you.
fossil fuel.
So the value would even depreciate because if people are not, looking for it anymore, it will go down.
And then there comes the issue of stability. You see, with oil, you hear today the oil price has gone down, oil production has gone down. It fluctuates.
So there's
But
you
with
can't
land,
really rely on it. Yes, land on its own is a bit. What do you want to substitute land with?
What do you want to say?
Nothing.
Do you want to live?
And it's a basic need. Like everyone needs shelter.
Definitely. Definitely.
Everyone needs to grow food.
Definitely.
So these are the things that are needed. Everyone needs it. So there's no way it will run out of market. That there are other things that you can use to substitute food.
Okay.
What do you want to use to substitute food? So yeah, so these are things that we really need, and these are things that we cannot overlook. And that's why investing in real estate, you can never regret.
Every wise person needs to own a piece of the world.
Correct.
Because it gives you a sense of fulfillment.
Correct.
Even in the villages, is there any other community for fight over like land? Even in the villages, people have tosses here and there land. So you need to own the land, but own legit, genuine property.
Correct.
That is our emphasis.
Correct.
And we are here at Michelle Homes to provide that for you.
Thank you. And another thing too, whatever your need is or whatever your pocket is, we can fit it.
There's a budget.
You can fit into it. If you want the high end, if you want the one you can afford, there's always we can give you what you need at that time.
That's correct.
So, all right. Thank you so much.
There's something about landed property. It doesn't depreciate. If anything, it appreciates over time. So investing in a property of 1 million naira now, and you feel that maybe you want to sell it at a distress sale, there's no way you sell it less than that 1 million naira.
Correct.
Because as you're investing in it today, the next hour, like let's say tomorrow, it have appreciated. So it's a very good investment.
Because some form of development is always creeping in.
Yes.
So the price can never remain the same.
There's no way the price will go back.
Exactly.
You bought something 1 million naira. Next week you want to sell it for 800,000. There's no way. Even though you want to sell it at a distress sale, there's maybe the addition that you might add, the extra money might maybe 1.1, 1.2.
But never maybe the same
there's
value
no
you
way
bought it or even less.
That property, like landed property, depreciates.
We've said a lot from how to trust the company to how to know, if this company is legit, how selling a property to someone has impacted their life. So now, what advice would you give to someone who's looking to buy a property?
Okay, thank you so much. My advice for those who are looking to buy a property is, first of all, they should do the proper search. Like, just like my colleague mentioned, we have agencies that are responsible for you to do that search. We have AGs. So for you to get a property anywhere in Abuja, you can take the title document to them to verify whether what you are buying is genuine or not. Aside from that, you look at the location where you're buying. Is the location very accessible to basic amenities like school, a shopping mall? Aside from this, they should be able to decide on what kind of investments they're going for. Either it's short-term investments or long-term investment. If it is for long-term investment, then they will look for properties that are not developed.
All right, this is why it is important to work with a seasoned professional. And you should be able to communicate to him or her your needs. Are you looking at short-term investment? Are you looking at a long-term investment? Or you want to live in? You want a location to live in immediately. So if you're looking at short-term investment, well, we could suggest locations like Guzape, Katampe extensions for you, because those areas, they are prime locations.
They're developing.
And their value appreciates rapidly. If you're looking at long-term investment, we can look at developing areas like Apowasa, with what the minister is doing.
Yes, the road construction is putting in the infrastructure.
Top-notch choice to consider right now for your long-term investment. And luckily for you, Michelle Holmes, we have quite a number of properties around the axis. And if you're looking at living locations, we have good suggestions for you. We have Dadua, Beaconville. We have prime residence, Idu, just close proximity with the train station. We have Belle Vista. And we have Jai and a lot of other locations.
The Belle Vista is the one close to the airport.
Close to the airport. 5 minutes you're on the airport.
Perfect.
So, like I will emphasize again, work with a reliable professional and developer that will guide you through the process of making this investment decision.
In addition to what he has said, I would say ask questions. Before you venture into any property, ask the agent, ask the developer, any from the offer letters, any clauses you feel you don't understand very well, ask questions. Let them put you through. Don't just go into it blindly without even trying to understand what all of what they have stated means. You might be shooting yourself in the leg, you might not know. And secondly, if you can, inspect the property. If you're not available for the physical inspection, you can go for a virtual inspection. You can have somebody to go there for you and
see for themselves.
And maybe take a video and send to you, because it's very important to inspect what you are buying. Like, you can't just go and buy. Even when we go to the market, once we go and buy tomato and pepper, you have to inspect,
look at
and see which one. The rotten ones, like, madam, you have to change this one. So why will you be investing a huge sum of money and you won't take out time to go and see what you want to buy? So it's very important for you to at least see what you are paying for. To see, because sometimes pictures can be deceiving. I've heard cases of, I've watched movies of people in abroad, they send money to their relatives to build houses for them. They send pictures at the end.
It's not what.
Well, that is out of it, actually. It's out of it, but it's very important before investing in any property, go for physical inspection or visual inspection. Inspect the property. The major thing, inspect the property so you know what you are paying into. And that wraps up the episode of The Realtor's Journey. A huge thank you to our guests, Mr. Isaac, Ms. Favor, and Mr. Godwin, for sharing their stories, their strategies, and hard-earned wisdom today. I hope today's episode has left you inspired, informed, and encouraged to take the next step with confidence. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like, share, and follow us on any of our social media handles. Until next time, I'm Nkechi. Keep learning, keep building, and always keep walking your journey.